So once you've decided, I'm going to run this challenge, I've created my social content, I've started creating my email content, then you can start to move to the next phase of the challenge, which is actually bringing people into the challenge, getting people to register for the challenge. Now, when we run a challenge, we always start 3 weeks out with our promotions for that challenge. So for about 7 days, we run what's called a warm-up campaign. Now, a warm-up campaign is a series of emails, social content. I might even do some, guest speaking on podcasts or on local communities at local gyms. And so we start to warm people up to the idea that we have something special coming and that the problem that we're trying to solve with the challenge, that they're being educated on that. So during our warm-up campaign, so as an example for this no processed food challenge, our warm-up campaign would include some emails talking about why processed foods are so bad. Since we run it for health coaches, we talk about how, health coaches even sometimes get stuck in that cycle of eating processed food. They're so worried about everybody else's health, but when it comes down to it, they end up going into the kitchen and grabbing what's convenient and easy. And different ways to go about changing this. And so we talk about that during our warm-up campaign, and we mention that we have something really special coming that's going to help solve this problem for them. Now, towards the end of the warm-up campaign, we directly tell them what we have coming is a challenge. We're going to allow signups within the next couple of days. So keep your eyes open for our emails and our posts about this because we don't want you to miss out. We only run this challenge once a year. So we mention that inside of the emails on our social content that, hey, we're running this challenge once a year. This is your time to sign up and actually make a change and see how a challenge is run from the inside. That's the value of our challenge personally, is that the coaches get to see how it's run from the inside. They get to be a participant, feel how being part of that challenge is, and so that they can be more empathetic with their clients who are going through the challenge, and so they can be more strategic when running the challenge with their own clients. So we talk about all that during our warm-up campaign. And then when we open the doors, so about that following week, so now we're 2 weeks out from when the challenge starts, we open the cart to join our challenge for about 12 days. So in that 12-day span, again, we're sending out emails, we're posting on social frequently, like daily. I'm talking about daily emails, I'm talking about daily social content, usually twice a day because we're posting in the stories and sometimes on the feed as well. And we are talking about our challenge. Not everybody is going to read every email. Not everybody is going to see every social post. And so you want to make sure that you're saying the same thing over and over again in different ways so that people really understand what it is. Because they might open one email and then they kind of forget about it. They say, oh, I want to sign up for that. But then they close the email because they're at work or they're with their kids and they forget about it. And so we need to remind them. It's doing them a service in order to remind them. If they're not interested, they're going to just delete the email or not open the email. And that is fine. There's nothing wrong from that. They might even unsubscribe, which is actually a good thing. We don't want people on our newsletter list who aren't interested in the things that we're doing. But we want to remind them frequently what we have coming through those email campaigns and also through that's the social media content. And so once we get people to register, if they register early on, so the first few days of those 12 days that we have that open cart period, then we're just kind of sending them a couple additional emails, like just letting them know, hey, it's coming. This is what we have prepared for you. In that first email that they do get some content immediately. So they do get the challenge workbook to kind of see what we're going to be doing and a couple other things, but they don't get access yet to our community. We run this in a Facebook group, and that's important to know. A lot of people say, where do I actually run a challenge? How do I actually communicate with my challenge participants? The reason that we run it in a Facebook group is because that is what is familiar to people. Rather than having them sign on to our platform and get access to that, we don't want to go through all that because there's a bit of a learning curve. And so we'd rather have people do what's easy and familiar to them, which generally are Facebook groups. So they can easily join and get in and start communicating with each other. Now, we open up our Facebook group about 2 to 3 days before the challenge starts so that people can ask questions, that people can start engaging with each other, and they can get access to all of the content needed to start running the challenge. Thank you for watching this short clip. To watch or listen to this episode in its entirety, view the description below. See you next time.